Yes. Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Chikkaswamy. Happy I got to do this before we started because my last name would probably cut off the 5 minutes. But yes, I work with Alex Lunsford, who is over here, and yep, right there.
Videographer.
Yep, who will be recording us. So we both work at Oracle, and Alex and I support the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Thank you so much. One moment. Judges are good. All right, please begin.
Okay, and I'm Carl. I've been working at Oracle since last summer. I was in the Army for 5 years before this, and I've been working on our opioid solution use cases since pretty much the summer. Let's see, moving on to next slide. All right, so the problem that we're tackling here, and Vanilla Singh mentioned this earlier, are data silos. They're inherent in our medical system right now, where you have either medical databases, pharmaceutical databases, emergency first responder databases that are not connected. They have, and when someone up higher from them is trying to get information from all of them, there's usually gaps in that data. So there's just inherent gaps in being able to come up with, make decisions that can impact something like, for example, the opioid crisis. So looking at this next slide from the bottom, then going up, so bottom top, you start down here with the data silos I just mentioned, and then our solution would require placing a blockchain layer that connects all those different data silos. And we're not talking about replacing anything or replacing your database or upgrading to a new system. You're bolting on blockchain to what you currently have. And from there, you're extracting the right information that you need so you can, in turn, conduct further analysis and with the right information that you're looking for, and keeping that data safeguarded and secured because you have controlled access to it. And then, and let's say let's say you bring all that data into autonomous data warehouse, you're able to transform it, merge with other data, and get further insight from that. And ultimately, with blockchain, you can have a one source of truth. So we developed using the HHS 5-point strategy, focusing on prevention, treatment, and analytics. We've developed a couple different use cases. The first one and the second one are based on how we prevent someone from getting addicted in the first place. The third one is, and by the way, that's using blockchain. And the third one is how do we get treatment for those people, and then the fourth one is how do we get insight and make sense of all the data we're collecting. But we're just going to show you one and two today.
And so with that being said, and just before we start and actually show the demo that we created, this is a real life example for organizations that are utilizing Oracle technologies and leveraging on this investment to save costs, drive innovation, and really see what could potentially be out there for the future and get a glimpse into all of those possibilities.
Yeah. So just to set the stage a little bit, imagine you have a patient addict who's going to go see their doctor at urgent care with complaining about some elbow pain. It's actually someone who's addicted to opioids trying to get going doctor shopping and trying to get multiple prescriptions. So our doctor's interfacing with this app right now, logged in, now asking for a patient health ID to go ahead and make another prescription. So here this doctor's able to see a little bit of information about the patient and then also their prescription history. So, let's say like they can see that they're avid prescription opioid user. So now here, they're going to make a prescription, and it's going to be automatically generated, which saves them time that a lot of doctors nowadays have to report their prescriptions through a different system. But this is being automatically done because they're doing it on blockchain. So here, they can print it out multiple different ways, or they're just going to airdrop it here in this case to that patient, and that patient's going to go off. That transaction's complete, and now this patient's going to go to an ER, and another hospital to try to get another prescription. So now we have the second doctor logging in to that same application.
We are close to a wrap. And we are at time.
Okay, so but essentially, the second doctor would have been able to have seen that past prescription, and because they had access to that one source of truth, which blockchain provided.
Thank you, Carl, and the Oracle team.
So far, you just showed us a PDMP, prescription drug monitoring
So
program.
to add give a little more background there, is there a PDMP that works across different hospitals, different hospital networks, that even going across state lines?
Yes.
That connects all of them?
Yes, not all 50 states, but 30-some.
And part of this too is that Oracle is behind both the Vista solution as well as the new Cerner solution. And so we're going to try and integrate this across with the existing investments that have already been made.
Well, so VA and DOD are both engaged in the state PDMPs across the country. And in fact, DOD is driving the interoperability between the states in many ways.
And fire standards are important to this, and so this is an idea of what could happen. Certainly there are going to be a lot of elements in the way, but we're hoping to help better integrate existing investments.
Do we know yet how much, is this implemented anywhere yet? And do we know how much better it is than current standards?
Not anywhere in federal. This is pretty cutting edge. I think to one of the earlier speakers, technically, it's capable. The challenge is policy. And so there are a lot of policies in the way of this.
And we also didn't show the second half of it is also within pharmacies, so that's also just another addition to
So
make sure people can.
pharmacies are also part of PDMPs.
And requisite is the entering of data on a different platform than the doctors used to.
3 minutes.
Are you worried about that?
Yes.
That makes 3
How would you mitigate?
You have to look at what is the future going to be. Is the future value proposition better than the current, right? Is it more secure or less secure than the current? Is it higher value, lower cost? And so this is a concept. It's a good technology. It's not the end all be all, but we believe it has a time and place. And so we're anxious to work with whatever partners are in the room about how to leverage blockchain appropriately in the healthcare space. If you want to do it in the VA, see me.
More
And
time.
I would just say so the earlier title, just to add on to
Got 3 minutes still.
just to add on to that, so there's some of the problems with containing the opioid crisis, just preventing people from getting addicted in the first place. Addicts are exploiting some weaknesses in the current system, they're going to pharmacies across state lines or forging prescriptions. So, maybe some of the current systems are offering that ability right now, but I think blockchain could help to enhance what current systems currently have.
So what I didn't hear here is what makes this unique or different. You're talking about security, and because you said blockchain, you're implying that it is more secure, but you haven't actually provided any evidence that the other systems that obviously the doctors are very familiar with aren't secure. So could you address that?
Actually, our main point is that this is bridging gaps in data silos, and there's already I think we all generally know some of the security benefits of blockchain right now, but our main point here is bridging gaps between data silos.
So blockchain isn't your main point? Because blockchain is the title of your presentation right here in the
Blockchain offers advantages, but security, it is as good as the security they have now.
Okay.
And Oracle runs 600 systems, 20 million veterans a day get served by Oracle systems, and it's generally pretty secure.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the best security that the VA is willing to invest in at this point. Blockchain should be better. But there are additional benefits to blockchain over and above this that may enable a much better, healthy veteran environment at the same risk level. And I think that's more interesting. Is that fair?
It's interesting.
One quick question, one quick answer. We're down to the wire.
This is an
So
interesting-
how are you different than sort of the next two big folks who are tying together data?
How
How are you different? Again, think of your next two competitors. How are you different?
by
In a phrase.
In a
We
word.
are among the largest 3 vendors to the VA in terms of product, software, hardware, and so forth. We're a big company, they're big companies, they're good companies, we're a good company. I would say differentiators are, we are
We are
more
wrapped.
invested as an IP writer in creating new technologies and in buying new technologies than any other large software company.
And thank you to the Oracle team.